There is no part of society, no constituency, which does not have the same interest. There is the people of no nation has any different interest than that of any other nation in this matter. We're speaking of the future of hundreds of billions of unborn souls, without whose success our lives mean nothing. That is the common interest which unites each and every one of us, such that there is no distinction among any of us on this issue, on this cause, on this interest. If we fight so, if we fight with love of humanity, by thinking especially of those hundreds of billions of souls waiting to be born, and thinking also of those whose martyrdom and other sacrifice gave us what was our potential and our debt to them, respecting what we pass on to the future. And if we think of our lives not as something lived from moment to moment, but as a very small piece of experience, with a beginning and not too much later an end. And think of our lives not as things which are lived for pleasure in and of themselves, but as an opportunity to fulfill a purpose which is reflected in what we bequeath to those hundreds of billions of souls waiting to be born in their condition. Such that if we at any point were to cut short our mortal life by spending it in a way which ensured the cause of those hundreds of billions of souls yet to be born, we could walk to death with joy because we had completed our life, fulfilled it. We might have been denied a chance of fulfilling it a little bit more, but nonetheless, we had fulfilled it. The joy of life, the true joy of life, which relates to what the New Testament calls agape in the original Greek, caritas in the Latin, and charity in the King James Version, is referred to in 1 Corinthians 13. The quality of agape, the quality of charity, the quality of sacred life, of love, which unites us as individuals with the hundreds of billions of unborn souls for whose love we can give our lives, and who we can walk smiling with joy, knowing that in a sense they love us too, even though they're yet to be born. It gives us a sense of the true importance of our lives, the true joy of being a living human being. And we must work with one another in the sense of that attitude toward humanity, historical humanity, humanity which, as a great family, which owes to its past generations and the present owes to its future generations. The love uniting that family is, in the matter of works, the practical expression of faith, from which faith, the strength to fight and win this war, derives. If we can do so, I am certain we shall win. I'm better than most at understanding the laws of nature, natural law generally, and understanding such recondite concepts as absolute time and things of that sort. And I can understand perhaps more readily than most how faith expressed in this way, in a practical way, is assured of success. We are each little, we are each individual. But if we know we're united to this effect, then we know that what each of us as an individual does in this united way will be caused to prosper. Thus, in this terrible moment of humanity, when civilization, as we've known it for hundreds of years, threatens to be removed from us in the coming 2 to 10 years or so, we have the risk of losing civilization. But we also have the possibility of a heroic solution to this crisis, of becoming generations which in our time, faced with the cup of Gethsemane, accepted it and thus perpetuated in the imitation of Christ the cause of the salvation of future souls.